welcome back to another episode of Muscles and Malpractice, your weekly dose of fitness, health, and everything in between. I'm one of your hosts, Andrew Bustos.
Oh, dang it. I muted my mic for a sec. Here is Dr. Martin.
Dr. Martin
in the flesh, bro. In the flesh.
Dude, we skipped a week, but we're here. We did, because there's a lot going on. What's been going on? What have you been doing? Tell the world. Tell them. Let hear it.
Well, okay, so I feel really bad because, again, we are both very busy guys, so we're always going to have a lot going on. Last week, I did take a last-minute laborious shift on Monday, which really screwed us up, right? Because then, we thought we weren't going to do Sunday because of Mother's Day, and then I took the Monday shift, which, I mean, again, we're not going to do a podcast when I'm literally the laborist at the hospital, but then I was like, hey, let's do Tuesday. And you're like, oh, I got, not even T-ball, man. You got baseball for
we don't play T-ball around these parts.
10 or 11-year-old son who's a stud athlete.
You, baby.
10U. And so then it turned into Wednesday. And at that point, I kind of understood why you were kind of like, okay. Well, and that's just going to happen here and there until this becomes our full-time jobs. I don't know that this ever will. That's kind of the point of this, is that this is fun for us on the side. We promise to try to deliver weekly content, but that may not always happen. And we will try our best to kind of, as things move along, I think we will find better ways to keep people updated about that, to keep those kind of announcements live. And I even started, we've started, I have a URL for our business so that, eventually people can go check that out and kind of keep live on our FYPs and everything else, so they know, hey, maybe the guys are going to get together this week, but they're looking forward to next week.
Man, look at you, dude. I'm proud of you. I am proud of you. Tell me, so you were bragging earlier in the green room. You were like, bro, I got this down, bro. So tell me, what do you got now? What are you doing over there, Mr.
Okay.
So tell them.
Today we are going to integrate more media into our podcast going forward, because I think that's really what's fun. I've been talking, even the patients that I've talked to about this podcast are like, I don't really want to know that much about what's, don't teach me, just talk. Just talk. Let's talk. Let's hear about you. I mean, I had one this week make fun. I don't know if you noticed. Apparently, somebody noticed that I drank Coke a very weird way.
You did? Someone watched the whole thing and watched you drink Coke.
Like full bottling it or something.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Neither do I. But again, I think people like our staff, the people who know us, they're appreciating more of the rat-a-tat type of thing. We talked about this rat-a-tat stuff a lot, and I think people are just enjoying more of us and hearing our opinions on things. And when there's an educational moment, we'll do that. But I think we're also, again, this is a learning process as we've gone along. So I've been learning how to kind of integrate media better. To that point, the app that we do a lot of this stuff through, ladies and gentlemen, is a software called Riverside. And they have just ended up integrating into it this new feature called animations. And so you can take shorts and turn them into different animation styles. So basically, you export this little file of a clip of 45 seconds or something, and they will do about 10 to 15 different animation styles. One of them is a very popular thing that started to integrate into a lot. You've seen it a lot on TikTok lately, and I'm going to show you guys now. We're going to show an example of one, okay?
So if you can't see it, if you're listening to this.
Okay, so the style is called Baby, and everybody's been doing the babies.
Dude,
and we're going to be able to do babies, dude. So hold on. So here's an example one.
Hello, this is Dwight Schrute from the Dunder Mifflin Paper Company.
Wow, that's great, because I need paper.
Excellent, then you are in luck, because we are having a limited time offer only on everything.
Wow, this is my lucky day.
What is your name, sir?
My favorite
I am
teams
Bill
from the
Buttlicker.
Really, that's your real name?
How dare you? My family built this country, by the way.
Hello, this is Dwight Schrute from the Dunder Mifflin
All
Paper Company.
right.
How are those made? How do they make those? Those are genius.
Yeah, so that's AI, man, and it takes a little bit. Those animations take a lot of rendering.
Gotcha.
So it does take a lot of processing time. So it took like 3 or 4 hours for me this morning when I was playing around with it to get one back of myself just sitting in my pajamas this morning. And I don't know that it was perfect. It wasn't like that good, but it was still so funny to like see me sitting in there, like my watch and like my pajamas on and just like talking.
That's hilarious.
I really look forward to us doing a baby version of Muscles and Malpractice this week. So I'm very stoked for that we're going to get that going.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't even think about anything like that.
Right? Isn't that so freaking cool? Okay. And so, as anybody can see who is able to read, the title of our episode this week is So You Think Your FYP is Crazy. And I just kind of wanted, because again, everybody always asks me this, like my clinic, you, my family, just everybody, because again, I'm just kind of a different guy in general. And I'm an OBGYN and I'm like kind of frat bro-y sometimes too. And like, but I'm also 38 going on 39 in like less than a few weeks. So it just like kind of goes all over the place. Mine is absolutely unreal weird.
Oh, so you're talking about the For You page, like your
Yes,
FYP.
the For You
That's
page
what
on
the For You.
TikTok.
Oh,
And so,
you're on TikTok.
Yes.
Yeah, you got some interesting stuff.
I always share them with you.
You
dude,
share
but
with me
now
all
we're
the
gonna
time. I'm
start
like,
doing
bro,
this
you're
on
freaking
the podcast.
Yeah, your For You page is unreal. Like the things that you see versus mine. Mine's like it's just fitness, and then it's the Dallas Cowboys, and then it's another sport, and yours is Comedy Central 2.0. I can't. And there's some stuff on there that's just
like weird stuff.
Yeah, and it's like stuff that you just nobody else will get unless they have a personality like our personality gets. And I don't get it, but I'd never get what you see. Like I never get those things. So I have to live through your For You page.
I think all my friends though end up getting some, like I think half the reason some of my friends think they have a good FYP that's really weird and stuff is because the algorithm incorporates your friends' stuff into it, right?
That makes sense.
So like I am the reason for your weirdness, right? Like,
dude, the one
reason I'm liking that weird ass shit that you just saw on your
that one girl that keeps coming up on my pages now. The funny that you say that is the Cara girl or Kara girl or
right, the
or
little somersaulter.
Yeah, she does like the dancing in the stores and she's like, eat this, don't eat that. Dude, the hate that she receives. I will get on TikTok and I will read all the comments that she gets. And it is so bizarre how mean people can be.
Yeah. Hate from Australia.
Hate from Texas. Hate from Texas.
Hey, keep them chin ups. Anyways, unreal hate from Virginia.
Yeah. Yeah. What the heck? There was even one that was like, hey, your bridge is unguarded. Go back to the bridge or back to like, cause I guess she looks like they thought she looked like a troll. How? That's just like so mean, man. Man, I gotta shut this door.
Oh, we got a door. Okay. So I just thought where we would start this week is a goodie but an oldie because I've seen 2 or 3 new iterations of it, bro, and they just get even funnier. You know the one I always want to talk about or bring up, and like now we have the way to do it well and integrate it in here is I've got a video of a OB device that they patented a while back.
Awesome. Awesome.
And I just want you like okay, hold on. So let's get it up. I'm gonna get my screen shared up again.
Oh, I can only imagine. I don't know.
Dude, here we go.
This is gonna be
good,
good.
bro. All right.
The table would spin the mother around as she was giving birth, and it could generate up to 8 Gs of force, the same amount a fighter pilot would feel at high speeds. As it
Look
spun,
at this
the
woman,
baby would be
dude.
pushed downward.
No.
At the end was supposed to catch it.
Oh, it catches the
doctors would be there to help the process go smoothly, but even though the idea was patented, it was never used in hospital for obvious reasons.
No, I can't. I
Would
can't.
spin the mother around as she was giving birth.
No, please stop.
And it could generate
Please stop.
What?
So if you're not able to watch this video, you got to try to figure this out how to watch this. But they really Like they spin. How fast do they spin her again?
You said 8 Gs, dude. I feel like in Top Gun 2, you know,
They're
the
going 8
blackout
Gs.
moment, they were doing 8 Gs going up on
Where
that
they're blacking
pull-up,
out.
dude.
That's right, where he's like blacks out.
Dude, you know, I gotta say, this is how I would want to deliver my baby if I were a female. That I have this kind of fantastical thinking where I'm like, please, I don't want to do any of this. Like, this sounds like labor sucks. Like, I don't want to have to push this baby out. Can you just come up with something that like does it for me?
Could you imagine at the hospital, like in one of your rooms, you're like, all right, a nurse, let's lock her in. Here we go. All right, everybody clear out. I'm about to press it. I'm about to press the button. Here we go. Dr. Martin. Dude.
Would spin the mother around as she was giving birth, and it could generate up to 8 Gs of force. The amount of fighter
Like,
pilot
look
would
at these
feel at high
women's
speeds.
faces,
As it
dude.
spun, the baby would be pushed downward, and a small net at the end was supposed
Just
to catch
the net
it
would
once it
catch
was
him, dude.
born.
It's like,
Doctors
go.
would be there to help the process go smoothly.
Okay, so
it was patented. It was never
so
used in
is this
hospitals.
could this
for
really
obvious
Look at her
happen?
tongue.
The table would
It's an
spin the
animation
mother
for sure.
around as she was giving birth, and
My
it could
God.
generate up to 8
Oh
Gs.
my God.
All right, so really, could that happen? Would you, as a doctor,
Like-
could you see that really happening?
Theoretically, yes. I mean, no. Okay, no.
But yes.
Here's the thing.
How drunk is she right now?
How drunk is the guy that came
That
up
came
with that?
up with that.
Dude, that's insane. Like, no, it wouldn't work, and it's a lot harder. It seems like it would, right? But like, a lot of it has to do with the fact that there's these things called cardinal movements of labor, the way the baby has to actually come down the birth canal in terms of how they do internal rotation, external rotation, extension, flexion, and then expulsion. So like, you can't just like whoosh the baby out. I mean, like, again, that's why we don't pull babies out for operative deliveries until they're like right there and under the right conditions that it's safe to do that. I mean, it's just, it seems like it would work. And again, there is science behind this idea of like, let's use gravitational force to jetpack that baby out. But that's just not how babies actually come down the birth canal. But it is so freaking funny to me because it just combines like that bro-y side of me with like science and then my own field. Like, I'm just like, that shit's hilarious, man.
Okay.
My wife did not find that video funny, by the way. I
could
will
just hear
go
her.
ahead and add that. I was in here getting ready for the episode today,
Yeah.
like while my wife, my mother-in-law, my son were out there like doing whatever, having fun, you know, being a family, and I'm not there. Obviously, I guess I'm preparing for my episode, so I'm sorry.
You're in trouble.
I'm in trouble. But anyway, I was sitting in here just cackling. And my wife, and then she's like, "What are you even watching right now?" And so I like show her, and she's like, "That's not funny." And I was like, "No,
Katie
but it
was like,
is."
What are you watching in here? What is? I can do a good
She's like,
Katie.
what is so funny?
What are you think you're doing? What's going on?
No. My wife, for anybody who knows my wife well, I am so stoked for her to start joining us on this because I think a lot of ladies who know my wife well too are really excited for Katie's opinion and input into our shows here and there, and she's gonna be great for that.
Oh, she's great, and I just love how she talks, bro.
Well, so
just how she
to that
speaks.
point,
Yeah.
to that point. So we were talking today with her mom about the houses we're looking at in Weatherford and everything else, and so she was talking about. In Weatherford, you can have a well for well water when you get to a lot size of 2 acres. And we've been looking at a 2 acre like house, and we actually lost out on it, which sucks. But we're looking at a 1 acre house now, and it doesn't have well water. It has municipal water. Terrible. It's not free water anymore, right? So,
right, I get what you mean.
But Katie's like, I just hate that we won't have the whale water. We won't have a whale. And I'm like, a whale? I was like, oh, are you talking about well water? Like, even her mom does not have this kind of pronunciation on
Dude,
stuff.
she
Like,
got a
nobody
twang,
really
man.
knows where Katie got this from, but like Katie, like, she's talking about her whale water, and I was like, oh my god,
dude,
Like,
I
Sam won't
love
have
your
a whale.
yeah. I love how she talks. And sometimes when she speaks to me, there are some words where I go, what did she say? I don't know. I don't know what she just said, but I'm going to laugh at it because it sounds good, you know. But I love her accent. I love her twang, dude. It's the best.
She got the twang.
She does.
Yeah. Okay. So before we just start doing FYP, and because I do have some good stuff for us today, it's both sports related. There's some OB and medicine stuff in there too. I don't know, but let's.
I got something before you move on.
Okay.
So I recently watched a movie. Okay, I don't ever do that because you're the dude that tells me every single movie. So you literally will go to a movie. So this is how I watch movies. Let me just tell the world how I watch movies. So Stuart goes to a movie and he's like, hey, bruh, I'm going to go watch the Thunderbolts this weekend. Me and Katie are going. And he's like, I'm like, dang it. He's going to go watch the newest Marvel movie. Guess who's going to know about the movie on come Monday? I will. Stuart will tell me the entire movie. So I haven't watched a movie in over 3 years because of Stuart, because he tells me all the movie. He's like, you know what? I'm not going to tell you. 1 hour later, I know the entire movie. All jokes aside. So I recently saw a movie.
Okay, I will say that's why one friend of mine always goes and sees the movie like the night of, because he is like you and hates that.
Yeah, but I've gotten over it. You know, I've grown up and gone, you know what? He's going to do it. That's Stuart. And
Bro,
it's going to take me 3 years to watch this movie regardless.
So that, yes.
And you're like, you know what? Hey, you know what? You don't need to go see it because let me just go ahead and tell you the whole plot synopsis. Let me tell you exactly what they did. And I'm like, gosh, dang it. So he's one of those guys. So if you have a friend like that, just know you're going to have to get over it. All right. So I watched a movie. Kate and I watched a movie. Have you seen the movie Old by M. Night Shyamalan? M. Night Shyamalan?
Yes.
Have you seen that movie?
With the beach.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And I'm going to be the guy that ruins some of the ruins this movie. If you've never seen it for others.
I take rules like this very seriously. If you're like 3 months out from a movie coming out in the theaters,
you do. But
fair game. You can't be upset anymore.
But this is from 2020. Okay.
Yeah.
So you probably should have watched it already.
Yeah, and you shouldn't watch it.
That movie is jacked up. And I'm not used to movies. Like the last movie that I saw in theaters was Godzilla. I think Godzilla versus Kong or something, but that's been forever, the first one of the new series. And as I was watching this movie, and you got to try to, okay, this is where Stuart, I want him to get better at. If I talk about an old movie, he's already seen it, it's gone, he's done. But I need him, he's so great at recollection of a movie, so I need you right now.
Okay.
I need you to remember the entire movie. Okay, are you ready?
I was just about to ask you what the twist was, because I remember it was something about them escaping the beach, and there was literally like this control room of people who kept them there.
Right.
And, like,
okay. So the control room of people, they're part of a pharmaceutical company.
Okay.
And they're trying to cure like cancer and disease. So everybody that's on the beach, they get old really fast.
Yeah.
So here's my this is where I was into the movie. Okay.
Yes.
So they have an old person that's there. They even have like, I forgot what the dude, the black dude that's the rapper, he was like on there, but he was like it was like the long sedan or something like that. His name was like something sedan. It was like something. Anyway, so he's
the
there.
Long sedan.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Gravy, baby.
There we go, baby.
Yeah.
But this dude, so he's sick, I guess, from some type of blood disease. And then you have the lady that had like the tumor that they literally pulled the tumor out and they held it open. And then you have like other people that are sick too. Where I kind of lost it halfway through the movie. Tell me if you remember this. There's a 3-year-old little girl in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
They start getting older. So now she's already like 17, right? And then so she's with the dude from Jumanji, the actor from Jumanji, who was a little boy. Well, they end up in the tent. And I go, no way. Yeah. You know what happens in tents, bruh? You know?
Oh, yeah. She gets pregnant.
She gets pregnant. Dude, she was 3 years old at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
But because everybody gets old, go watch this movie. It'll mess you up for a little while. Because I have a daughter that's 4 years old. And all I could think about was like, no way. So she's walking out of the tent and she's full-blown pregnant. And they end up having the baby. Then the baby dies because every 30 minutes, it's like a year of life. So the baby, they literally pulled the baby out, bro. They pulled the baby out and the baby's dead because it died from lack of nourishment and love. Bruh.
No, it didn't.
Yes,
no,
I swear.
no,
You don't even remember the movie.
No, dude, that lack of nourishment and love.
That's what they said. That's what the lady said that had. She pulled the baby out, and then the baby was like, wham, boom, dead. And you go, what the? That messed me up from then on. But I had to continue watching this movie. I had to keep going, right? Then they have that actor. He's like always a villain. He's always a villain. I forget his name. I'll have to pull him up. But he's always the villain, like in everything that he does. And he is a physician, so he's a doctor. But I was always wondering, like, maybe he has Alzheimer's, maybe he has like dementia, maybe he has something wrong with him. But he ends up being a schizophrenic. He ends up having schizophrenia, right? So he ends up like stabbing people and stuff. But the thing,
Sewell.
Yeah,
it's got to be this guy. I mean,
he's always a bad guy, right?
Yeah.
So he goes like nuts with the knife, dude. He's like cutting somebody open. He's like, "What'd you do? What'd you do with my? Oh, did you try to come to my house and steal my stuff? You know?" And you're like, "What in the world?" Anyways, so the entire movie, dude, like it just messed me up. This is why I don't watch movies. This is why I don't get into movies. This is why I don't watch anything.
Okay, come on, man. Like.
This is why I watch Marvel movies through you. This is why I watch Marvel movies through you.
Well, what is it? I think so. Out of the Marvel stuff, just to break a little news here, there is that the Thunderbolts, which I did just go see.
Don't you dare.
Which I did just go see.
Don't you even dare try to ruin this for me.
Yes.
You're about to. Hey, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to.
I won't
everybody listen up. This is about to turn into a 2-hour podcast.
Very good
episode.
movie. Very good movie. I would say it was well done for what it is. I mean, I knew going in, I was a little bit left unsatisfied by the resolution, but I kind of knew going in. I mean, again, the premise of the idea of this Thunderbolts team, this super soldier team fighting against the Sentry, which is like, again, the description of Sentry always has the power of 1,000 exploding suns.
See, I don't even get that. Okay. Before you go on, I'm interrupting you. You're the 1,000, like what being an explosive sun, what does that even mean? Like, are they like shooting like rays? It's like,
one of my side hobbies is like astronomy and space. So an exploding, I'm just telling you, like, I mean, you can't even quantify that in terms of nuclear bombs. So like, look, we're not gonna nerd out here right now and talk about the technicalities.
You're going to.
I'm not
Here we go. Come on. Let's hear it.
Because again, it's basically like a Marvel's Superman. There's a few analogous characters in Marvel to Superman and DC. Sentry is one of them. But so that's the problem, is that you have a character that is a Superman fighting what are like literal, what we call street level heroes in a lot of sense of the words for the Thunderbolts.
Regular
right?
people, dude. Regular people.
They're not regular people. They're super soldiers. So again, a street level hero, technically, even though it's a bad example, is like Spider-Man.
Daredevil.
Right? Like
Don't you put Spider-Man in that?
Daredevil is a better example.
Yeah, Daredevil
is definitely better. But
Punisher.
Spider-Man is king of the street level. Okay, anyways. Captain America. So you have like Red Guardian, you have like Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier.
I told you guys are going to get the whole movie. Here we go. Keep going.
I'm just saying, long story short is that the director for the Thunderbolts, which was the first good superhero movie I've seen in a while, a lot more character driven, a lot like just a good movie.
Yeah.
Okay. So like it was a good movie. Like you stayed entertained. It wasn't over lengthy. It wasn't overdrawn. It wasn't hard to attach to independently. That director apparently is being signed on for the new X-Men. Like whenever they do an actual X-Men movie, he apparently is going to be the director, which is a good thing. Good thing to hear.
Yeah, you're holding back, aren't you? You're like, and the movie started off with there was a bomb, and then one of the guys came out. Look, you're about to do it. I can tell you're about to let it go.
A bunch of people like you and me fighting Superman is a stupid premise to begin with, and so
superhuman strength, bro.
So you remember that joke I told you about the guy talking about how every movie lately with Marvel ends with the villain being defeated by the power of friendship. I mean, like that's what happens again, is that like literally every movie lately is never about like loss and overcoming that loss and overcoming adversity and losing somebody and beating the ultimate like super challenge for yourself. It is literally about making the villain realize that you should be friends and that they had a problem with how they perceive the world.
So this is a real world thing. This is really world. Okay. So
Real world.
my son,
real.
here's real. This is a real world. All Stars. Okay. He made All Stars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You remember when we were kids and we would go to closing ceremonies and they'd be like, okay, now we're going to announce the 2000 or whatever year it was All-Star team. Let's see. Let's give everybody a hand. All right, Stuart Martin, right? And you'd run down and they would be like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then everybody else. And then you're like, congratulations to the 1996 All-Star team.
Right.
Right? They don't do that anymore. You know why?
They don't want other people to feel bad.
They don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, right? And I'm not saying, so my son made the team, right? He did. That's fine. If he didn't make the team, you know what we do? We go, hey, we got to get better. We got to get better next year, bro. Next year.
Yeah.
Right? He didn't make it the year before. And I wasn't like,
yeah.
You know what we need to do? And that's what these movies have done. And I don't care. I don't give a rat's tail. But I think this is what's happening. This is what's happening, bro.
But
you don't get a job.
Do you really think people feel like, so the thing to me, I agree, you're probably right that people do feel that way. But look, 1 or 2 players out of every team made the All-Star team. So like, is it really a loss that you didn't make the All-Star team? Like, you have to be one of the better players.
Right, exactly, dude. And then take it. Because so anything in your life, it wasn't just given to you, right? You didn't become a doctor and it was just like handed over to you. You had to go earn it, correct? Now you may have had help. You may have had help with tuition, or you may have help with books or something, right? Someone helps us. Someone helps us along the way.
Right.
But when you fail, you grow, correct?
Yes.
So this is a part of life. And if you're going to fail, not make the team, that's okay, okay? Gosh, I'm sorry, dude. I had to say it. Been holding it in. So what they do is they put it up on Facebook. They put it up on Facebook and they put they wait till like 10 o'clock at night while everybody's asleep so they don't get their feelings hurt. And they put it up so nobody else can see it and nobody that doesn't have Facebook can't, so no one cries about it. I'm like, bro. Gosh. Anyways.
That's kind of annoying. Yeah, I mean, look, that's sneaky shit. I don't like that shit.
Right?
I
That's
don't
not
like
cool.
I don't like the Friday afternoon emails. I don't like stuff like that. I don't like
Exactly.
Yes.
If you're gonna dump me, bro, if you're gonna dump me, or if I'm gonna ask you out, right? Like we had to, you never got dumped though, because your beautiful self. But you go up to somebody and you're like, hey, I was wondering, Kate, I was wondering if you'd like to go out with me. And she goes, no. Did you go cry to the teacher? Like, did you go and be like, hey, you know what? She hurt my feelings. You know what? She hurt me. No, bro, it's called rejection, failure. You grow from it.
Shit, dude.
Dang, dude. I was pumped. Even though my son made it.
Your son made it.
It doesn't matter, bro. What matters is like these kids, we're creating the future here, dude. We need some toughness.
We
need some toughness.
So, look, Katie.
Katie's probably the same way.
We just watched Saving Private Ryan. I've watched it again.
Dude, great movie.
Great movie. The 10th time I've ever seen it. Love World War II movies. Watched, Band of Brothers. I've watched a lot of stuff, and I keep telling Katie, I'm like, now you gotta watch Band of Brothers if you really like this. Because Katie was like, I thought, this is a Tom Hanks movie, right? And I'm like, yeah. But like, she literally realized about 30 minutes to an hour into it, she'd never seen it. And she was asking me all these questions about D-Day and all this stuff. I'm like, Katie's kids are like 18 years old. Like that's like Sam in 16 years. Like this is horrific, right? Like she's like, oh my God, yeah. And I'm like, that I even said this at one point. She didn't really respond to it, but I'm just like, that was why they were called the greatest generation. Like,
yeah,
if you look at every generation since the World War II kids, which again, I'm so much softer and weaker than that generation and then the baby boomers, which are our parents, right? Like the baby boomers, I think, were the last real generation that could kind of claim like they were pretty freaking roughneck. I think Gen X, I think millennials, I think we all had a little bit of softness cooked into us, but like beyond millennials, it is something else now. Because again, I don't know what that is, but like generationally, people are different, and we have continually bred in a little bit of softness, a little bit of like, I'm entitled to this, or this is what I deserve, or you've hurt my feeling. And we've stopped incorporating the idea of like these huge overarching ideas of like for the betterment of us, as opposed to like for the betterment of yourself.
Right. America. America.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I did go off on that, but I just, I just think it was on my mind and I wanted to talk about it, and you're here to listen. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings out there. Okay. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings and your baby boy.
I didn't get no participation trophies.
Yeah, bro. I didn't get any of that. I wanted one. I wanted one.
In the day. I know nobody believes it. You just think because my wife was a D1 athlete that
that's the only reason why Sam's going to have all the talent, because of his mother, bruh. His mom, she ran that 400, baby. Woo!
Okay.
Sorry, I threw you off.
No. What threw me off is my hydration right now. I got to take a break here for a sec. I want to so let me pose a question to you then, and give me 2 seconds.
Propose.
I go.
Would you like to propose a question?
My hydration.
Propose the question.
No, I have some good ones this week before we get into the FYP to kind of round out the day and talk a little bit about sports too.
I want to propose to you.
I've got some good ones. I don't know where I want to start because I have an answer to all these too.
You always have an answer for everything. What are you talking about?
I don't like the first one. Okay, I have one like cooked in, ready to go on this.
Let's hear it.
Okay.
And then I'll keep going, and you get back.
And then I'm gonna bring you back with mine. I want I'll still be able to hear you, but okay. If you could create a brand new exercise move that combines 2 totally unrelated activities, like yoga and karaoke, what would it be called, and how would it work? And so for me, I think I effed this up a little because I was thinking in my own mind about this question a lot of the last day. Mine would be like air guitar and like somehow getting like curls or chest in. And I was like, because here's the thing. Then every guy would both be ripped as hell all the time in their chest and arms, but then also it'd be like mewing for like high schoolers somehow.
That is pretty funny. I didn't even think about that.
But I don't know what you call like air curls or something, but like if you could somehow combine air guitar with like muscle or weightlifting for guys, like they would eat that shit up. Every dude would be ripped out of their mind.
ESPN.
I guess you call it air curling. Okay, 2 seconds. I want to hear your idea though.
Okay, I'm going to talk about this, but I'm going to talk about ESPN the Ocho. That's what I'm going to talk about real quick. So that way you get back, because I feel like the other night I was staying up a little later than I should. Kate and I were talking, and we pulled up ESPN the Ocho. I think it comes on like ESPN2 or ESPN Plus or something. But there was an actual air guitar competition. And if you ever get a chance, these people take this so seriously. What was really funny too was that there was like the beef jerky, a Bigfoot guy that's on the commercials. I forget, Jack Links. I think it's Jack Links, but he was there. He was one of the judges, and there was a couple of others. Like, what's really funny too about the sport is they have like these professional guitar legends that show up that are air guitar legends, and they kind of analyze it just like a regular sport would be during the competition. And so they get up there, dude. These guys get up there and they start air guitaring it, and it's like MC'd. There's crowds there, and they just get. Have you ever seen this?
You're talking about the official air guitar championship, and I can't with you right now. That's where I kind of got the idea, because again, people take this stuff way too seriously. But you got to come up with your own.
Well, I got my own here.
Okay.
So, since I'm a kettlebell dude, I love kettlebells. I was thinking dodgeball and doing like kettlebell swings while you're playing dodgeball.
Right. Like we can suspend reality a little bit. So like somehow, it's a kettlebell in terms of weight, but it doesn't like actually, you're not throwing 30 pounds at somebody
you're
and
throwing
breaking
it, bro.
away. Oh
You're
my
throwing
God.
it, dude. You're
okay,
gonna
we're
take it. You
doing
better get out of
that.
the way.
It's like Ender's Game here, dude.
That's right,
You're
dude.
gonna,
Like, Ender's
mess
Game?
somebody up.
Really? You went Ender's Game here?
Bro, one of the best movies that never got followed up on.
It wasn't that Harrison Ford's movie, or with that one
Yes,
kid that's
Harrison
like,
Ford
he's
was
like,
in fact in that movie.
go get him, get him, keep going. We good. I'm not playing. I'm not playing a game. This isn't a simulation. I really
Bro,
killed all of them.
That was one of the best twists to a movie. I mean, again,
and what's funny is you make fun of my movie choices, and you love this movie.
Ender's Game is so. First off, that movie is based off children's literature, and I can't tell you enough that old, like, I'm not even a hot take, because I know a lot of millennials and people our age will appreciate this. Old, I guess what they call like young adult fiction or whatever, used to be so good, and now it's just a bunch of garbage. And they still take young adult literature from our era and adapt it into movies, because it's like video games from, the 2000s and 1990s. It's like Last of Us. It is some of the best actual writing that still exists that's original. Like,
bro, Last of Us is so good right now, but every time I think about it,
but I will say, okay, look, I will say the most I'm not excited for tonight. I don't think tonight's going to be good. I think it's a filler episode. I think it's like a zaddy. Let's talk about Pedro Pascal again. I'm so fucking annoyed with
bro. Every time
tonight's episode is going to suck.
And I'm not going to try to go off on this, but I always think anytime you've made a comment not too long ago, we can't say it on air, but you had me, you come up in my mind every once in a while when it comes to something that you say that is hilarious.
Yeah.
And you were talking about Bella Ramsey, or Bella, whatever her last, is it Bella Ramsey? Is that who plays the main character?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Dude,
Yeah.
and you said something, and I just was like, bro. But it's one of those moments, like, you have these moments where you say things, and I tell Kate, I'm like, and I don't know if you do this too, but I do this all the time with you, especially. And I feel like, I go, dang, Kate, you should have heard what Stuart said about this. It's one of those moments. I can't say it, but it's so good.
No, look,
like,
yeah,
you have
we
those,
still got to
people
filter
say that
a little bit for the on-air
do
nature
people say
of this
about
show.
you a lot, is that you say things
Yeah.
that are off color, and it's like, bro, you can't say that. Like, you can say it with me because I'm not going to tell anybody but Kate, but you can't say those things, and it's one of those moments for sure. But I go off. I'm going off.
Because here's the thing. I only share that side of my mind and my reaction and my own humor with things because I only share that with people who truly know me. And some of my patients actually do know me for some weird reason in that way. Like, not that they should somehow, but they almost like get me. You know how like some people just get you. And the only people I will have that kind of authenticity with are people that know that it comes from, it's like that Ricky Gervais principle of comedy, right?
Yes.
Like, because he's such an ardent defender of comedy in its purest form, which is that like it's a place where the mind goes to tickle itself, and you need to just fucking need to just fucking like not take everything offensively, and you need to just like look at life and kind of laugh and like just make funny comments and make funny observations. And most of the funniest stuff is truly offensive in a lot of ways, but like it's funny. And if you just like laugh and like let it go, because again, the only people I want to share that stuff with are people that know that that's not me, that know that like,
right,
it like I am a good person, that I want good things for people, that I truly am not trying to come from a place of ugliness or just judgment, but like be funny. Like, I don't know.
Bro, it's just like, okay, before you go on, it's just like even when I wanted to talk about the Harry Potter, like the comedians talking about the Harry Potter beginnings of Harry Potter. Can you,
dude? Should we
that?
wait? Hold on. Can I find that?
I don't know.
Like, should we find that? I feel like we should find that before we get into it,
dude,
Harry.
But that'd probably be one to talk about. But I think that one is amazing when people take things too seriously. But it's one of those that I go, that's genius. Like, how come nobody ever thought about that? But I guess the comedians on stage talking about how the Harry Potter series shouldn't have been the series, how it should have just finished from the get-go of the actual like book. I don't know if what's what happened. I didn't read the book.
I got it.
Dude, you got to play just a little bit of it. Let's talk about this.
I think this is that guy. Hold on.
It's so great. This is.
Okay, yes, here it is. Okay. So here we go. I'm gonna share this. Like, this is not the views of the podcast itself. But here we go. All right.
Like when I was a kid and I watched it, I get to get lost in the realm of magic and wizardry. Now I watch it, I'm like, this shit don't add up.
This is the
entire
guy.
plot of Harry Potter is based around Voldemort trying to kill Harry. But the problem is that he tried to kill Harry as a baby by using magic. But he was a baby. You could have just punched him. Makes sense at all. You could have lowered the thermostat 8 degrees.
Dude.
You have to bazooka the baby. Rolled him on his stomach and left, dude.
All right.
I mean,
that's
like,
good.
okay.
So I'm not saying that is right what he says, but you do. My mind thinks like that a lot. Like my mind thinks about like, why did they continue this? How come they didn't just
100%
run away? Why didn't they just kill that guy in the movie? How come this doesn't continue? And that's moments.
It's because it is just tough. I don't know what it is about that too, and I don't know if that's our generation too. But like, you grew up like I remember when the Charlie's Angels reboots came out with like, was it Mick G or whatever that director who like always is that him?
Yeah,
but like, dude, it's always like they get. I remember they talked about, I saw a recent video on this and it was hilarious. And it was about when did the Fast and Furious exit the realm of reality?
Mm-hmm.
Because the early ones were real.
Yeah.
They were like, we're racing little Nissans with nitros boosting in them or whatever. And then they're like, when does it like literally exit the world of reality and never effing return? And
dude, I stopped watching them.
I remember there was one where like Vin Diesel got exploded out of a car and caught his like daughter or something midair between two trans-Pacific freaking roads or whatever, and like caught her and brought her back down. And it's like, it reminds me of like Sheldon Cooper from freaking Big Bang Theory, where he talks about Superman catching Lois Lane falling from the helicopter and how unreal that was in the era of nerds being nerds, because like you didn't think about stuff like that as a kid. You're like, oh, okay, Superman just caught Lois Lane, whatever. But he always talked about how like if he had to actually catch Lois Lane, he would have actually had to match her speed to catch her. Otherwise, physics would say that he would have cut her into 3 equal pieces by just extending his arms out, right?
It's true.
It's like, it's stupid. Like, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
I know, dude. And that's what makes it like, and then he's, because you don't think about it until afterwards someone actually says something like that. You're like, yeah, dude, he could have just punched the baby right square in the nose.
Taking the wand
and be like,
hey, why are you sitting there with the wand? Just like,
grab the baby.
Flip him on his stomach. Give him SIDS.
And walk away. Dude, that's so wrong.
It's so dumb.
But that's funny,
It is
man.
so wrong. It's
so wrong. Just remember,
but
we do not condone
We do not
this.
endorse
no
this
endorsement
or
of
his
child,
thoughts
anything like
killing
this. Okay?
Harry Potter.
Nothing. No Harry Potter lives on. Sorry to all that are listening. What else you got?
Okay. I think we should do another prompt before we do another video, because I have a good video, but I just want to laugh at, and I feel like people don't necessarily want to listen to just me laughing. Okay. I have a hot take, because I feel like people always think I'm kind of like, I don't want to say people think I'm Metro.
You
but
are,
like
bro.
people think, I don't know how to put this. It's like, I always feel like it's a weird way to lead up to this question, but like, I just think that sometimes the more masculine you are, the less masculine you are. Like, I just feel like our society is so entrenched now in like gender identity and sexual orientation that it's become even more prevalent that a lot of men feel like to be like hetero and like to announce how hetero they are, they almost have to be like anti like any type of gay stereotype. You know, like do you I don't know how to put this totally.
I don't know, bro. I'm pretty hetero.
But maybe this will become a little more evident from my answer when I talk about this question, because I'm going to ask you first.
All right, hurry up. Let's hear
What's the most embarrassing or ridiculous workout outfit you've ever worn, and would you dare to bring it back into style?
Bro, I've been wearing the same outfit since I was like 14 years old.
That's the most boring answer I've ever heard.
Because I'm not a metro. I'm not metro like you.
Bro.
You're metro. You're the most metro guy. That's how I would describe you.
Because you're not even going to get to where I'm going to go with this.
Well, it's because you can only go there. I can't even go there.
Blow your socks away, bro.
I can't even go there. Yo, you don't even wear socks. You wear like, I don't even know, tights or something. You know, I can't even wear socks.
Listen, okay. I want a better answer out of you, so I'll start. No,
it's because you know this answer. This question was for you, Metro, not for me.
Because in undergrad at Rhodes College, when I was just a little formative boy, and I was like the rush chair for my fraternity or whatever, or I was the social chair. I was the head of. I had different roles through different years in undergrad, but I remember one year I was the social chair. I think for a year and a half, almost 2 years, I was like the reigning social chair of my fraternity. Right, so I organized all the parties and everything. Big shocker. Anyways,
makes perfect sense.
I had an 80s party that I would throw, and me and my 1 year of those two, I had a co-social chair that did stuff with me. And I was like, man, we should throw it back to like, if you remember the video from Eric Pride's like Call on Me, that came out in our era. Bro,
yes,
if you don't remember, I gotta pull it up real quick.
But don't pull up. I don't want to see your metro stuff. I don't want to see this.
I'm not gonna pull up my metro stuff, bro.
No metro, bro.
Where? Here we go. Hold, please. Hold,
don't.
Please.
I'm not holding for anything.
So, look, Eric Pride's Call on Me. It was a thing,
bro. Is it that how it goes?
No.
Me,
you really don't remember this video?
No. Is that I'll be gone. Yeah. No, bro. No. I do like the jam though.
Now, okay.
Now turn it off.
Now.
I don't want to see any of that anymore.
Turn it off. Okay. Come on. I actually want to keep listening to this.
No,
bro.
Turn that garbo
look
off.
Look at the style, bro. Okay.
You were wearing what she was wearing, weren't you? You were wearing that.
So.
Gosh. That's what your outfit looks like now. What are you talking about?
Now, for that party, I wore leotard tights and leg warmers. And I thought leg warmers are pretty freaking cool. I think they're kind of attractive on girls too. And so I don't know where the hell leg warmers went, but I would bring those back for ladies.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Okay, let me ask you a question though. Have you ever dressed like Halloween as a woman? Have you ever like worn women's clothes, high heels?
No.
Okay. To me, I feel like, and I've seen married men. They do it. You know, they'll dress up as women, but I'm not cool with that. I don't like.
Yeah, I mean, look,
is that weird? I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm just I couldn't. You're never gonna catch me with my wife's outfit on, and I see it on social media too. They'll be like, "What are you wearing?" Or what? And they're wearing their wife's outfit. Like, I don't get that.
Look, like, no. Okay, and look, I don't want to. I'm not shaming anybody, so you're not going to catch me doing that.
I just don't I just don't get it. Like, is that what? Have you ever done that? I've never done that.
We're getting into some dark, like deeper private. No, No, I do not.
I'm talking about
I
like
have
Halloween.
Not,
I'm talking about like a
and I will not.
Halloween
Not
or like
even
those
Halloween.
parties. You know
I
how
have
people
not
have
done.
those
I've
reverse.
not.
They have
Not.
the reverse part. They have the reverse role parties
No.
or whatever.
I don't
As a
like.
woman or a guy.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I would never do that.
I don't want to. I don't want to wear drag.
No, bro.
You're
No.
talking about drag.
No, I'm
And
not. I'm just talking
you
about how
are
like a
though.
buff guy shows up and he's wearing what his wife would wear.
Right.
And
I think that
then
can be funny though. So that's what I'm saying is like,
that's what I'm
and
saying. But I've never
especially,
wanted to do that. Did you ever do that? So I'm asking you.
I mean, I think what I just told you I wore for this party sounds like a female outfit. Because again, a leotard is the little like.
But that's what we wear. That's what people wear in track and stuff too. They wear those. But I also know.
But it ain't a leotard like a girl leotard. Like this one was like a little swimsuit leotard.
But yeah, but you know, everything was probably showing. You're probably like, hey, look at this. Hey, look at, hey, what's up?
The point is that it's all in like there. I feel like it's very farcical. You're not mature. I mean, again, undergrad, you're just goofing. Like you're
trying to get the girl
goofing.
to talk to you.
And again, yeah, it's like peacocking, like the idea, like that idea in the 2090s of like trying to get girls to talk to you.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to put it. Like, no, like, I don't think me and Katie would ever be like, oh, it'd be so fun to dress up as each other. Like, I don't want to put a dress on. Like,
no,
I don't
bro,
wear
that's what I'm talking about.
I don't
like,
want to wear a dress.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
But I'm just telling you the most embarrassing, ridiculous workout outfit I ever wore
was that.
And would I like to bring it back into style? Yes, I would love to see girls dressing like that, working out.
Well, that'd be cool.
I just think that's cool. Like,
yeah.
I thought it was a good workout outfit. I mean, functionality wise, they're not very breathable.
Yeah,
let's be honest, right? But the leg warmers, like, I don't know. I kind of find those a little bit like, but like, should you be really trying to look good while you're working out?
Exactly. That's why my
in the modern era, we're like, no, why would you do that? Like, we've definitely become a lot more workout affirmative and less about trying to be a show at the gym, right? Which I think is a good thing. I think that helps people who are not in a place to look good in the gym feel okay with going to the gym. Like I'm fine with that. I'm just, again, you haven't given me a most embarrassing workout outfit.
I just told you,
I feel
dude.
like you probably had some nut smugglers back there in the day that you wore.
No,
I
bro.
know.
No.
Your shorts probably hung halfway down your shins when you were
exactly, dude. Lower the better, the baggier. That's the guy that you were talking about earlier. That was like, no, I would never do that. Yeah, give me. I'm a man. You know, I'm a man.
I think that's okay. I think that can get toxic.
No,
that can get toxic.
But you also know I'm not toxic.
I know you're not.
But I'm also
that
like
thought process can get toxic.
But also too, you're not gonna catch me with no tights on, leotard, looking like you. But I also
see, that's
know
what I'm saying. Is so for me though, like somebody. Like when I was in California, did men come on to me here and there? Yes.
Yeah, dude, because look at you. You're a beautiful guy. Come on.
But did that bother me in one bit as long as it was respectful? No. Like it's just kind of like, okay, have a nice day. I'm not.
But I would never think that.
Way.
I don't think that about
like,
you, though.
Good.
I don't think that about you. I think that you are metrosexual, though. I've never seen you ever wear another pair of shoes that isn't Noble or boots. Like I don't even know if you have a pair of like Nikes, you know. But
bro, I got some pandas.
Whatever, bro. You don't got no pandas. Yeah, I've never seen you in no pandas. But you always, you're Vero. You care about the way you dress, the way you look, and everything. And I show up. I look, okay. If you're looking at this shirt, this is the only shirt that I have that I wear. If you go back and look at everything that we've done, I've probably wore this shirt like 4 times. It's the only the church shirt that I wear. I don't have clothes like you do, bro. But also too, I think people too, like you're into fashion. Like I look at your pictures with your family, your beautiful family, and all you guys, your wife's into fashion, your son will be into fashion, and there's nothing wrong with that. You guys are cool.
My wife picks out half of the clothes I wear
because she understands fashion. That's something she enjoys. We don't do that over here at the Bustos household. That's not what we do. But I think that's okay. It's good to look good, bruh.
It's good. It is good to look good.
I've been places with you and your wife, and I look around and people look at you guys because you guys are beautiful people. And they're like, dang, look at those beautiful people. Who's this slob behind them? Get out of here, pal. Because it's me behind you guys wearing the same thing.
All right.
What do you got?
Okay.
What do you got?
All right. Well, what do you got? Do you have something for me before I start? I got some things about the WNBA, bro.
No,
I'm about
bro,
to
you're
break it out.
You're
in
the host.
WNBA.
I'm just the guy that comes on. It's like, hey, what's that show on Wayne's World? Remember, it's like, hello, and then he goes, how about you think, Mr. Scream? And he's like, you remember that? Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I got to let's go through a few videos and then we're going to kind of close out the show with some FYP stuff.
Yeah, let's see your FYP.
Well, this has some sports stuff before we get into the truly chaotic. I wanted to see your thoughts on this little ditty right here. Look at this.
Court, but let's just say we want to go to your city court. Tap the button on the iPad, got your city court. But I can take you anywhere around the NBA league. Let's go to Cleveland real quickly. Show you what the Cleveland Cavaliers look like. But we also design some cool courts when they come on in.
Now,
it doesn't have
and
to
look
look
at
like
what
a wood
this
court.
has for the future in terms of the NBA and like just
court with a
teaching in
red
general.
green.
Like you're not going to see
All the
LED
times
screens
players like playing on
for
this court
kids
rather than making it
right
look like
away.
wood.
But
And
look
because
at
we're
where they
sitting on
take
an
this
LED
next.
court, we
Obviously, if
make
you
it
can
look like anything
change
you want.
the court
This
however
is
you
so
want like
innovative,
this,
and it helps players get better too.
watch this.
Absolutely. So if you're a coach, you want to do some whiteboard, coach
Look at that.
from the sidelines, players
Okay.
tell them where to
So
go.
I'm going to be.
How do you like this, man?
I'm gonna be up
this
front with
is
you, bro.
next gen stuff
I'm
here.
going to be up front with you here.
Okay.
Okay. You're a doctor, right? Okay. All right.
Break it down for me, bro.
How much do you think it's going to cost to get on that court?
Oh my God.
Yeah. How much do you think, Dr. Martin, to get on that beautiful court, huh? Yeah.
But that's beautiful, man.
We're playing over here at the Boys and Girls Club, okay, where there's like, look at the dirt we got here. Look at the,
Look at the dirt. Look, at some point, that will become a cheaper alternative, though, because then you won't be having to do, like, it's going to start at the pro, obviously. Everything always does. But as you go on, now you won't have to have a volleyball court and a basketball court and a blah, blah, blah court. You can have one court and never have to change out the wood paneling, the anything.
Yeah, I think that's
for
cool.
shared organizations.
Cool. Yeah,
that's cool.
That's cool, dude. Thank you.
Okay,
appreciate you. You're in
next
technology.
Thing. What is the reason you were going to watch the Indiana Fever this season on the WNBA?
Because of Caitlin Clark, baby.
Oh,
did you see her yesterday?
My reason.
Did you see her yesterday?
Oh yeah, she was effing up Angel Reese, bro.
She pushed Angel Reese down. She was like, "Angel, sit down." Angel's like,
"Yeah, sit down."
Angel's like, "What'd you do?
Yeah, what
Don't
up?
you touch me."
I am always going to be Team Caitlin Clark. Let's not get that wrong for 1 second.
I'm Team
However,
Angel Reese, bro. Sorry.
I might be Team Sophia Cunningham too.
I wonder why.
Do you know who that is, bro?
Yeah, it's her teammate. But why would you?
Whoa!
Why would you be team that one?
Whoa!
Gross. Pass it on. I don't even want to see this. This is gross. Get it on. Get it off of here. Get her off.
Like, look at.
Here's some WNBA players that I can't wait to watch this season.
I can't wait to watch this season.
First up, we have Sophie Cunningham.
This is so dumb. That's the dumbest thing.
She's
Turn it off,
man. There's
turn it off now. Nope.
Something about her
candle,
that makes you.
That's awful. You guys.
She's wonderful.
You guys are male chauvinistic pigs. That's all I got to say.
A good basketball player.
Yeah,
to
there
say
was
the
nothing
least.
basketball about. That's it.
What are you talking about? That's her team photos.
Whatever, bro. Keep going. What else you got here?
Okay. Let's so Team Caitlin Clark, right?
No, I'm just team 3-pointers. I want to see some
team
threes,
Caitlin
bro.
Clark. Let's get Colin Coward on here real quick. Let's get Colin Coward.
I don't want to. Colin can. He hates the Cowboys. I don't want to hear
Colin Coward. Let's get him on here, bro.
Gosh dang it.
Voted on by general managers, the best point guard, the best shooting guard, and the singular player they would start the franchise with. In the weird, insular WNBA, this has been a real struggle.
I love
you
his
know the
takes.
truth. And there's these people who are fans of indie bands, international soccer, and the WNBA. They have this gatekeeping mentality. Will tell
Hipsters.
you, Colin, I was watching the WNBA long before Caitlin Clark. Well,
oh my gosh, that's true, bro. That's true.
I'm not going to apologize for watching it.
I mean, it is true though, because again, why are we watching the WNBA now? And again, it is exactly the opposite of what Angel Reese says. It isn't for you or anybody else. It is for her.
It's what's the Dwight Schrute
Dude,
quote.
say it. Say
I
it.
can't
I
remember.
can't
I gotta
remember it,
read
bro.
it off.
I
Hold on, I
can't
gotta read
remember
it
it.
off.
I love things that are funny, and I love sports.
No, hold on. I gotta
Come
hold on. Dwight
Come on,
Schrute.
you gotta find it for us.
Dwight Schrute, NBA. We gotta read this off. It's the best one. What's the argument here? What's the argument here? NBA. One is a sport, one is a joke. I love sports and I love jokes. Room for all. Dude, so wrong. No, but it's true though. People are watching the WNBA because Caitlin Clark made it more popular.
She's Steph Curry, man.
Yeah,
Like,
and people want to see
she
threes.
made it like fun to watch. Like, I see a girl pull up and make a half quarter on like every other game, if not every game. Like, that's impressive.
Yeah, people
She's
want to
doing
see
something
that.
I can't do.
People want to see dunks and they want to see 3-pointers.
Yeah.
And since the WNBA they can't dunk, which I'm with Shaq. Shaq made a comment not too long ago, and he said,
"Drop the goal.
Drop the goals
Yep, drop
to
the
9
goal.
feet." I
Do
would
it.
pay to see that. See
Yeah.
people dunk. See a woman dunk the ball. It's
Do
unfair
it.
to them. They don't
Do a
jump. They
friggin-
don't
do
jump
a
as high as
friggin'
Shaq
tomahawk,
does, bro. But there's some girls. You put that thing down at 9 feet, they're gonna take it through the legs, and they're so athletic.
I know.
They're so athletic that they're gonna dunk the crap out of the ball.
I know.
What else you got?
Okay. This is
it.
bullet in the barrel for today.
This is it.
I love this. It had so many actual medical little references to. I think I'm gonna pull this guy out more often so we can just watch some dumb stuff from the internet. So he's got a running thing of stupid things he's seen on the internet, and he just reacts. But we're just gonna react to his stuff. Okay. We got dumb stuff from the internet here. Here we go.
Last night was amazing. Have I earned a second date? What?
Dude, that's
How often do planes crash? Just once. I think there's a serious leak under the sink. A very serious one. Why?
And there's that seriously.
Does anyone have a Leon in their house?
Now this is the world, bro.
This is what they said.
They're mad that it says Leon and they haven't spelled out Noel. I don't know if this is real.
I'm Amanda Lee.
Okay.
I'm a mandolin.
This is definitely what you love. I am not laughing at this.
No.
Ambulance.
Okay, here you go. Medical.
An ambulance.
Dude, seriously.
You don't like these?
No,
are
because
okay,
this is.
how about this
What
one?
should I do? Is this their first child? No, this is her husband.
Oh my gosh. I can't take it.
Girl, I only date 6 feet guys. Maybe 2 feet.
Okay. Yeah. This is what's wrong with
What's your
America
favorite
right
month?
here
July.
when it comes to social media.
5 should look like this.
No, okay. This one, okay.
I live at 45.
For sale,
Move the
Botner. I
four to
live
the
in
left of the
45.
five.
Look at the comment. Oh, damn it. Look at the comments back to it. Like, I
like
can't
this.
handle it. Move the 4 to the left of the 5. Should look like this. 4, 5. Nah, too much messing around. I'd rather buy the exact ones I need. The comment back is absolutely perfection. Fair enough. Don't push yourself.
I can't do it, dude. See, this is my brain doesn't
It's not hot.
find this humorous. I just don't.
Looks like
Here
this.
you go, the landlord. The hot water is broken. Can you send me some photos? It looks like this, but it's not hot.
Oh gosh, see, I can't do this.
What? Oh man,
I
don't
know. I know you love doing this because this is how your mind works when you're off duty. But
Look, to
mine
me,
doesn't.
like the 45 not being a 54 is enigmatic of the world in general, and like what I experience in medicine, just like what you experience. Like, you know, where is it? I almost want to just show this real quick too, because it's kind of like a little bit of a comment to me that I just like making in life about. Here we go. One more FYP for the day of like all the medical TikToks I get.
Oh no, I'm devastated.
Right. And so, like, to me, again, it's like when the rude patient says they're switching doctors, like, I don't have good patients that sit there and threaten me with switching doctors. Like, it's just funny to me that, like, you know, and I don't worry about sharing something like this because there is not a single patient that I love and adore and would want to take care of for my lifetime that right now sits there and goes, "Is that me? Is he talking about me?" No, they don't think that. But what's funny is the ones that are that they don't think that either.
Yeah.
Like they absolutely have. They're not gonna. First off, they're not gonna watch this. They're not gonna ever like think to be interested enough to like come and see their doctor talking on something. But they definitely don't think that's them.
Yeah.
But what's funny is, again, the good patients know, like, they actually may have a little self-doubt, weirdly. They're the ones that are, like, human and normal, and you have some neuroses over, like, am I being thoughtful? Or if that's you, that's not you. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
Like that it's just funny to me that, like, I don't know. I found that if you take it like a deeper analytical approach to videos like that, I did think about that because I was like, should I show this or talk about this? I'm like, I should, because it's not going to affect the people that would watch this or I care about. Like, and I'm not saying I don't care about the patients that are tough or rude, but like the rude patients are the ones that sit there and they like actually act like somehow I'm the problem or the care team is the problem, and like that we're not literally trying to do everything we can for them. And that like somehow we're missing out because you know, we should care, and as if we don't.
Yes. Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay. So I guess we're getting towards the end of this episode. Let me ask you again real quick what you think about tonight, because we got some stuff going on tonight. What do you think about we got to hear what your hot take is on I guess the Nugs and the Thunder.
I don't
Where
know,
you going
dude.
with
I
that?
haven't been keeping up. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't been keeping up.
Well, I mean, you know what is tonight, right?
The Grammys. I don't know what is tonight.
Game 7, dude.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I don't even.
Come on.
I'm gonna be honest.
What you gonna be honest about,
I'm
bro?
gonna be honest about this. Okay, I'm older now. Okay, a lot of the players are young.
Yes.
And I don't really know any of the players.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing in baseball. Unless it's an older player, like Altuve, you have Kershaw, you know, you have those older players. I couldn't tell you who a player is playing. I couldn't tell you anybody.
Right.
So I don't really connect unless LeBron, even though I'm not a big LeBron fan, or Steph Curry, or Jimmy Butler. If those guys aren't playing, I don't really know. I like Nikola Jokic, but I'm an American guy, and I love my American players. On the Thunder, I know you have Alexander or whatever his name is, right?
Gilgeous Arenas.
Yeah, but he's Canadian, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a big American supporter of American athletes, and so that's just my thing. I don't really watch.
So you don't care?
I don't really care. Who do you think? I mean, you probably care because you're Canadian, so you know.
I'm Texan, dude.
That's right, baby.
My grandmother-in-law is a huge OKC Thunder fan, so I gotta support the Thunder tonight. I hope they do win. I hate the Nuggets. I'm not a Nuggets fan. Screw the Nuggets.
Yeah.
I don't like Jokic. I like Jokic for the sense of like, dude can throw 3/4 length court bombs and somehow make them. I respect the talent.
Yeah.
I don't really like him. I don't like Jamal Murray or whatever. I don't like him. Like, I don't like the Nuggets.
Is it Murray? He's Canadian too, isn't he? Yeah.
He might be.
I think he is. See, bro, no. I'm not against Canadians. I'm just American.
I just, Rockets were kind of high seeded and scooted up, so I don't really care. But like, it's the sport on right now. It's that or NHL, and you hate the Stanley Cup playoffs, and I actually dig that.
I don't hate Stanley Cup. I just don't care about hockey. Like, I don't understand it. Like, I don't get it. I never will. And it's okay.
What's weird is like hockey should be the American sport.
No, don't see.
It should be.
Let's go. Just go. Get out of here. Go back to Canada and wherever you are.
I'm just telling you, it's a hell of a sport. Me and Katie You know what we're gonna support when we go to Dallas? We've already talked about. We haven't talked about going to a Cowboys game yet. We continually talk about going to a Dallas Stars game.
Well, I hear that I hear hockey's
It's
fun to watch in
as
person.
hell, dude.
And I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, if I turn on ESPN and I'm watching First Take in the morning, and you dare put hockey on before football, I'm gonna punch somebody because it's never gonna happen, bro. It's never gonna happen. Football is the American sport. And those of you that don't like physical contact, y'all can go play the other sports. You can go play hockey on the ice and stuff, and not everybody can go play on that.
Are you about to talk
hockey.
about that there's no physical contact in hockey? Are you about to be the same guy that also talks about how there's more injuries and there's more serious injuries in soccer than there is in
here we
football?
go. And we can debate this forever and talk about how your little sport called soccer, you love it.
Real football.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
It's football.
No.
Football?
No, I can't talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it. No, I'm not watching the game tonight. Probably not. Just because I wanted to see the Celtics win because they have 4 Americans that are really great.
God, you want the Celtics?
I would want them to win because they have
you're like Yankees, Lakers, Celtics.
No,
like,
bro, Celtics, bro.
Don't like how you are such
I like
a
the Mavs,
dynasty
but the
supporter.
Mavs. Do you want me to say I'm a Mavs fan and there's nobody
Bro,
there?
The Mavs are part of like the deep state, dude.
I know, bro.
That they have you heard the theory? Have you heard the theory?
Yes, I know. But I'm not an NBA fan unless Steph Curry's playing. I love watching Steph Curry. I enjoy watching LeBron. I enjoy watching LeBron do what he does at the age that he is.
Yeah. Fair enough.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because I think it's pretty cool. Other than that, I don't agree with anything that he does or says or anything. I agree with him as a parent. I think
You are a political identical clone to LeBron James. Yes, you heard it first here.
We are the same
votes
person.
like
I
LeBron
vote
James.
identical to what LeBron did because he didn't vote. So we're gonna just kidding. LeBron,
Okay.
if you're listening to me, I think you're awesome.
So, and I want to. We're out this week, guys. We're at an hour and 15 minutes. We have had a good long episode. We have covered a lot of topics.
Yeah.
I want to speak to next week and what we have on the docket in the future. We do plan on having more media and integration with just sharing videos and kind of reacting and talking about things that we are interested in that week to each other. It's going to be more a conversational show. That being said, things coming down the pipeline. Hopefully in the next week or two, I have talked to a good friend, and I don't want to put him on blast too much yet, but hopefully we're going to get a law enforcement officer on the show, and we are going to put it down on him in terms of like getting some questions answered about things that we're just interested in, about hearing about law enforcement and like what goes into the way they think, why they do what they do. It's just kind of a fun thing. I mean, I've been on ride-alongs with the guy. He is a really super sweet dude. He is your dream if he were to pull you over in terms of what you would hope a nice guy would be, a normal guy in terms of like being a good dude and what you hope out of every law enforcement officer. Furthermore, long-term, I'm hoping to integrate a little bit more into having patients come on this show, and we're going to show some photos and videos from surgery with their permission and kind of see what their thoughts are and reflections on things, and get maybe Andrew's take on what the videos and photos show, and like being like, well, what the hell is going on here? Like, what's happening? So guests are gonna start coming down the pipeline. That is our next integration into this show. We just continue to kind of want to keep it us for now, to like keep it very simple and straightforward. But honestly, in the next few weeks to especially a month or so, we are going to start incorporating guests into the show as a regular feature. And then again, in the next month or two, you should start seeing Katie Martin as a more regular feature on the show, hopefully too, once we get moved into the new studio and we've actually sold our home finally, because we literally had a home showing today before this episode. I am trying to get this house sold. If anybody's interested in a house in South Abilene, look it up online.
Tuscola, bro.
Tuscola. Anyways, you got anything else for us this week?
No,
Mr.
sounds
Bustos.
good, dude. Go metro it out, put your tights on, and get to work.
All right. So you know the sign off here, ladies and gentlemen. For the Muscles and Malpractice family, thanks for tuning in. And until next time, take care of yourself and your growing family. Love you guys. See you soon next week. Bye, y'all.